Well, somebody figured it out.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a pretty large area. Is it just new water biome?
It's like well, it's just that that river that surrounds the whole like starting area.
Huh.
One of the first like barriers that you run into.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be all that is.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never seen that. That's cool. I want that. All right. Are we ready to rock?
Are you ready to rock?
Are you ready to rock?
I'm ready to rock.
I mean, I guess I'm adequately prepared to rock.
Hello and welcome everyone to the 8-Bit Show.
Started. I'm not ready. I wasn't ready to rock.
He was a liar.
he lied.
I got really excited. I thought I was ready.
That's fair.
I was trying to put myself up, and clearly I wasn't.
Really, I was just trying to convince myself deep down inside.
Yeah, there's no problem with that. That's what you got to do sometimes, you know?
You gotta do's what you gotta do's.
That's true. How are you guys this morning?
Pretty good.
How bad?
Yeah? Hanging out? Doing things?
Yeah, living the dream.
Yeah.
You know?
That's good.
How's everything with you?
Not too shabby. It's been a long week. Oh my god. Work has been hell.
Really? My week flew by. I barely realized that it was Friday.
I wish that would have been my week. Oh my god.
Now that it's Saturday. Jeez.
Right?
Yeah, but it was kind of not as great. It was right on that verge of oh shit, it's the Friday. Wait, what happened to the rest of the fucking week?
You get to have a whole week? Week did go by pretty quick. I accomplished almost nothing.
That's nice.
Yeah. I mean, at least as far as stuff that we would talk about on the podcast today.
Yeah, same here. Not a whole lot.
I didn't do not a lot of media consumption or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But not amount.
Did we introduce ourselves yet?
I'm Two Littles 505.
And I'm CoffeeAndCorndogs.
Wow.
I'm still Frankie 1029.
Yep.
Oh wait, sorry. 10029.
There you go. That's better.
You gotta say the whole thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do things a little differently this week though. We're gonna start you guys off with some news. Got some interesting things to cover.
Yeah, we're starting with the news.
Yeah.
Some news sounds.
Those are news sounds directly from the news itself.
Official news sounds here.
That's how we get the news, and we interpret it into
but it's not Morse code, it's binary.
Yeah,
because that's
Morse code.
Right.
Who uses that?
We're not boomers.
Okay, boomer.
Boomers. Yeah. You want to go first? You want me to start? I'll start.
Okay.
Fire on. I feel like it's always me, Two Littles 505 that goes first.
Yeah, that's always Two Littles 505 that goes first.
Yeah, that's why we're changing it up. Okay, so we got some interesting Valve news. Did you guys get this warning randomly while playing some games?
What's that?
The new terms and conditions
Oh, I got an email like a couple days ago about it.
I got an email too.
I saw a thing.
But while we were playing Core Keeper, it popped up on mine and Zambot's screen. Unfortunately, Zambot was in the middle of a battle.
Oh shit!
Yeah. But apparently, it's good news. Because Valve is removing arbitration from its agreement. So now you can sue them.
Oh. Mighty cool of you, Valve.
Do you think that comes off the back of the whole Disney thing? Disney was getting sued and they were trying to defend themselves because of like a user agreement with Disney Plus.
I feel like this is too soon for that from when that news hit. That I think this might have been in the works before. Okay. I
mean, it fits right along with that.
It really does. But it seems a little too soon because I mean, to rework all of their legal stuff that can take a while. So I don't think that it's necessarily anything having to do with anything else other than maybe Valve doesn't like the way it's going. I'm not sure. It seems really odd for a company to give legal rights back to individuals in this day and age. So
yeah,
but
strange move on Valve's part, but I'm here for it.
Me too. Yeah, it's really interesting because I
mean, they're not new to litigation, anyways.
No, not at all. But to take that, I mean, arbitration is. I don't even know why courts even still allow that to go through. It's a whole lot of bullshit to circumvent. I mean, maybe they do it because it takes load off of, the courts, which is definitely an issue. I get that, but it's still really shitty for people. So, I don't know. But yeah, at least you can sue Valve now. So let's see them come in, everyone. Gear up. What do you got, Two Littles?
So I've got news.
You got news? Do you?
Bring it up. I was busy.
You're busy killing some things?
Well, now it's in a cutscene. I don't care. I guess since we're talking about Valve, this kind of goes well into it. California recently passed a law.
That's right.
That kind of restricts the language used when putting up like a buy or purchase button. This kind of comes off of the backs of Ubisoft taking off the crew from people's game libraries and not being clear that you don't, when you buy an online, especially an online game and live service game, you're not actually buying a game.
Yeah,
you're buying the license to play a game. Pretty much any time you buy a game digitally, like from Steam.
I mean, even physically at this point.
Yeah, over half the time physically.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you're not actually buying or own the game in any sense. You just have the right to play it, which has been a thing for a while. But because of this new law in California, Steam might have to change what it said. Let's see if I can find.
I mean, it's interesting because it doesn't really change anything. I don't know if people will care about this, but the fact that it's now more readily out there, I don't think it's a bad thing.
It'll become more transparent.
Yeah, exactly.
What you're getting. It's nothing really is going to change, in a big overall sense.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stop any games from coming out. It's not gonna do anything huge. It's just gonna change the look of the Steam page a bit, as you'll be made more aware that your purchase is to play the game, not to own the game.
Yeah.
There's been a bunch of statements about what ownership is for like gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you buy your thing. The article on here from PC Gamer pointed out Good Old Games made a statement on the Twitter stating that we've seen some discussion regarding this tweet, so let us clarify. When we said we let you own your game, we meant that no matter what happens, whether it's licensing issues, storefront shutting down, or even zombie apocalypse cutting off your internet, you'll still be able to play them thanks to our offline installers. We want to ensure your gaming legacy is always in your hands, not ours. That's Good Old Games.
Yeah, and that's a good reminder that Good Old Games gives a lot of DRM free games, you know, at least in so much that you can continue to play your games.
Honestly, I think if they had a little bit more behind them, they're like storefront / game library installer, whatever you want to call it, is like a very good rival to Steam's. It's just unfortunate that they have, like, Good Old Games has some like heavy restrictions that no new game is going to want to meet.
Oh yeah, no. But that's what makes them so great.
But also in that you can put your, I've used the Good Old Games library before, and you can sync up your like Steam library with it and stuff.
Really? I didn't know that.
It's pretty. It's pretty intuitive and
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Very, very much geared towards what you want. Like the customizing options and stuff are all there for you as the consumer.
That's good. I do love me some Good Old Games. Oh, fuck. Maybe I shouldn't play this while we're doing this. I'm doing a no death run.
I probably died of mine, or at least I'm definitely wasting time in a game that is all about time.
Right. All right. Next up, it's the end of an era, guys.
Whoa.
Era.
Yeah, Simpsons tapped out. It's shutting down. This is one of the few mobile games that I played. I actually haven't touched it in maybe the last few years. But I did.
And you're why they're shutting down. Congrats.
Probably.
Way to go. You single-handedly brought down a game. Congrats.
Hope you're happy.
My job here is done.
See that? He's happy about it, folks. I say we cancel Frankie.
A monster.
And then in like another like week or two, we'll bring him back.
Week or two, okay. But yeah, at the end of next month, it will be going away. I just assume it is true. I'm part of the problem because people just have stopped playing it. It sounds like
it's a 12-year-old cell phone game. In my book, you success, like you went 10 years on a over 10 years on a cell phone game.
Right.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Especially as like there's so many that like they release to like, you know, on cell phones so they can get data and then never make it fully out because they suck.
Right. Yeah, and I mean there's even some like super successful ones that only go a few years. So yeah. It's okay.
I think the truly fun ones tend to stick around. Like that one. Like going 12 years, like yeah, it's leaving now. But it was a good cell phone game.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I
no.
remember it coming out around the time that like there was a mix-up between the games that were like aggressively monetized
Mm-hmm.
to like some that weren't, and it was like the higher end ones that were way better at it, like the guys who made Tap Out. Where that game didn't have like, sure, it wanted your money for
Yeah.
new things all the time, but it
Mhm.
wasn't like aggressively in your face about it.
Yeah, no, it didn't feel that bad. And you didn't have to, for sure.
Yeah, nor were you fed like ads on a constant basis.
Right.
So it's
Which
it
is
was a solid
probably
one.
part of the reason why it did so well for so long.
I put it up there with Fallout Shelter. I really liked Fallout Shelter.
Oh yeah, Fallout Shelter is great. So yeah.
Or even earlier than that. What was that one? Tiny Tower?
Oh, Tiny Tower. Yeah, Tiny Tower was good. That. So there's only been a handful of like mobile games that have really sucked me in, and Tiny Tower and Game Dev Story at the same time.
Game Dev Story was good.
Those things sucked.
I have
me
a
in.
game now in my game library. I haven't taken it off just because it reminds me a lot of Game Dev Story.
Yeah, what's it called?
Game Dev Tycoon.
Oh, that's right. I remember. I never picked that up. I'm gonna have to check it out.
It has a kind of a lot of it's more in depth,
Mm-hmm.
but it is like basically the same thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's sad. Bye, Simpsons.
Right. At least your TV show's still going.
I don't know if that's ever gonna end.
Right, I know. You want job security in the animation world? Go work for The Simpsons.
I've heard a few articles. I can't recall them or remember them now, but I do remember seeing some articles stating that The Simpsons might be ending soon.
Huh. We'll see.
What am I gonna do without the Simpsons then?
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, I've heard the last few seasons haven't been too bad. I don't know if I'd say that anybody's called it good.
You could always
It's not,
like
it's not peak Simpsons anymore.
you can always like rewatch The Simpsons.
I have done that many times, my friend.
Yeah.
Again.
I
It
didn't
was
think
all-
about doing it again. Yeah.
There's no moral. It's all just a bunch of stuff that happened.
So we had a short on it earlier this week, but SAG-AFTRA is striking League of Legends.
Mm-hmm.
This was pretty big stuff, actually. If any of what's alleged is true, they have all right to like do this strike.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. It's a little sad in one aspect, in that the game itself and the developers are caught up in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so the strike is happening to Formosa Interactive,
Yes.
which is the publishers, right?
No. They do audio work.
Oh yeah, they do audio work.
And specifically for League of Legends, they do a lot of voiceover work.
Yeah. So this isn't like towards like, was it Riot Games, right?
Yeah, they're the publisher of League of Legends.
Yeah. So this isn't towards like Riot Games in itself. This is like Formosa, and it is unfortunate that they're getting tied up. But also, this because of these actions, I think they have all right to go ahead and cut that.
Well, it's a good way to put pressure on them, because I mean, trying to go against Formosa, like hit them where it hurts. Because now you're getting, and I don't know if Riot Games will say anymore, but at least they've gone out and said, yeah, this doesn't have anything to do with us. This is, look at SAG-AFTRA, what they're doing. It's going to get people to look at it and see like, oh, here's this huge audio company. They provide audio work for a shit ton of like AAA titles. And they're like actively circumventing SAG-AFTRA.
Yeah, so I guess to clarify, SAG-AFTRA did post a statement on its website like 4 days ago, accusing Formosa of flagrant violations of labor law. And according to the statement, Formosa allegedly tried to cancel one of its struck video games at the start of the strike.
Mm-hmm.
When the company was told that isn't possible, you can't do that. Formosa then secretly transferred the game to a shell company and sent out casting notices for non-union talent only.
Which then it seems SAG-AFTRA had told them, hey, you can't do that. That's actually not just against the terms, but like illegal.
Yeah, it's according to that, and in quotes, an egregious violation of core tenant labor laws. So yeah, they have called to immediately strike against Formosa's most popular titles, League of Legends. This is meaning that SAG members must cease any union-covered services that it's providing for the game.
It's interesting that because it's Formosa themselves isn't struck, but it sounds like Riot Games might be kind of in a little bit of hot water with them anyways. But they only strike games specifically, is what I'm seeing. Is that true? Do you know?
Well,
am I talking out of my ass?
So on this specific issue part, again, kind of note earlier that they were already dealing with like Formosa and struck titles from them. That's what started this whole thing off.
Yeah,
is they were already striking video games within Formosa when they tried to cancel one of them and then secretly transferred it to a different company.
Yeah.
So the whole allegation comes off from the fact that they were already striking a different part of Formosa. So no, I wouldn't say this was the only one. This is the next one.
Well, I mean, not the only one, but I mean, like, they only take they only like publicly strike against specific games, is what I'm saying. Like, this isn't, at least right now in what they're doing.
This strike is against League of Legends.
Yeah.
For being Formosa's most popular title.
Gotcha. But that's just pertaining to this particular
strike.
Yeah.
I mean, SAG-AFTRA does strike things like a lot.
Well,
for many different reasons.
I just thought that
not like all of it at once.
I just thought with the larger video game strike that's going on, that
the voice acting thing.
Yeah, that they might I guess this is different because that one has more to do with AI, where this clearly doesn't have anything to do with
well,
AI.
I mean, I think that's still part of it. But again, we know from that strike that it was like certain games, not all games, as there were a number that were covered or have already reached agreements with developers and producers.
Yeah. Well, either way, it looks like Formosa, they actually do some pretty impressive work, but it's really shitty what they're doing here, trying to get around these agreements that are in place to protect their employees. So super shitty. So I hope more light comes to it. And
so yeah, Duncan Crabtree, who's the chief negotiator and SAG-AFTRA's national executive director, said it's bad enough that Formosa and other companies are refusing to agree to fair AI terms that have that have been agreed by the film, television, streaming, and music industries, as well as 90 other game developers. And to commit illegal, unfair labor practices is beyond the pale and won't be tolerated by SAG-AFTRA members. And for most, it will be held accountable, starting immediately with a strike of League of Legends.
Yeah, I hope the pressure's hot on them now. We'll see.
Yeah.
What else?
It's interesting.
It's very interesting, and the way that the whole strike is shaping up. You know, the whole being able for these employees to get compensation for the way that AI is being used. I think that's super important. So
it's nice that you're seeing like a lot of, like I said, 90 other development companies have already agreed to these terms, you know?
Yeah.
So it's good to see those like 90.
Mm-hmm.
These 90 developers just hopping on board. And sure, maybe some of it comes off of money, but I mean, we've seen before that there are plenty of like development teams that totally stand with the SAG-AFTRA members. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
without that talent, like they work together, right? Like without one's talent, the other doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. It was really interesting when I was doing the short because, you know, I was trying to find some video of League of Legends because I'm obviously not super into them. So I was trying to find some good stuff out there that I could put in the video. And they have this whole showcase on their website about the voice acting work. There's like at least 24 videos on it, you know, where they're profusely thanking the voice actors and going into how it's kind of all the voice acting work is done and whatnot. So obviously from that team, they definitely appreciate their voice actors. So it'd be nice though if with this situation, Riot Games would say a little bit more. Because the thing that I think they fell short on was saying, like, we support our voice actors. They didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been nice for them to, like, stand up for them a little bit.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay.
What you got?
Let's see. Nintendo's Power World lawsuit. Talk about that for a minute. I'm sure everyone has seen and heard by now.
Of what?
This, like, everybody's chiming in on it at this point. We talked about this last week.
Never heard of it.
So Nintendo, we still don't know exactly what Nintendo has brought this patent suit against Pocket Pair for. But what we do know is that,
well, we know is patent.
Yeah, we know it's a patent, not copyright.
Yeah.
So that's probably has more to do with the mechanics. And there's been
not the artwork.
Yeah, it's not the artwork. There's been a lot of lawyers and a lot of articles that I've read out there that are like, oh, Nintendo's backing the gaming world into a corner. And
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, it could depend on what they are actually accusing them of. It's really interesting that they haven't released that information yet because it's apparently not named in the lawsuit. It's hard for me to gather any more information too because this is in Japan that they've brought this lawsuit. So even if I could find the legal documents, translating it would probably be a pain in the ass. But yeah, I think at this point it's like we just know so little that all of this, the sky is falling on video games. I don't think it's warranted yet.
I mean, the industry's not in a great place, but that's mostly
Exactly.
like workers' rights stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people who are
As
like,
far as like video games themselves, they're in a great place. They're doing great.
that's true. But yeah, there's a lot of people worried that specifically with if Nintendo's saying, oh, you can't like catch a Pokemon, like that's a mechanic that.
I think they're taking it too broad. I think they're mostly being specific about. So, like, I've played Pal World.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. Like, it has like the whole little like twitches before you catch it, like the little ball you throw at it. Not to mention, you're throwing a ball at it.
Yeah.
I've played other creature capture games that don't use the ball mechanic.
Oh yeah.
And have not faced the same criticism or gotten the same lawsuit.
Yeah, even if it is the ball mechanic, I've never played a game that has used that. And if you really think about it, like before Pokemon came along, was that something you ever saw before? I mean, I can't.
I mean, maybe not really. I don't know. Like that was pretty specific to Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
The whole like ball capture.
Now it feels
not
obvious, but we grew up with that, you know.
But not the idea of like capturing.
Yeah.
Like I've played other like capture monsters games, and they all do them different somehow.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
what is it, Shin Megami Tensei, where you like recruit demons to help you in an RPG?
Mm-hmm.
That had a whole like negotiate with them.
Yeah, which was the same as Digimon.
Yeah, and Digimon was the same. You had to negotiate.
Incidentally, that's what isn't that what James would do? He never caught Pokemon. He'd always talk to them, right?
I mean, most of Ash's weren't really caught either.
Oh, really? I don't know. I wasn't like super.
Usually it was like he beat them after like some of his bigger ones. He beat them after like an incident, but it wasn't like catching like a wild Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
They were all like special somehow.
But you do admit he did beat them.
Well, yeah, no, he is an animal user. Yeah. Totally, 100%.
It's a kid's game?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like, I think it's being overblown a little bit. And we'll see what happens. Like, this isn't like something new that's happening. This happens like all the time.
Yeah, I think the big thing is it's just because it's Pal World going against Nintendo, who has been really protective of their work, let's say.
Yeah, I think, you know, they get sued all the time for similar things. It's like a weird part of being in a big business like that, especially in like certain industries.
Yeah,
there's a lot of like try and find reasons to sue people, like other companies and shit. Obviously everyone thought it would be against like the artwork and stuff, but clearly they couldn't find anything there that they were going to be allowed to sue.
Yeah. One of the articles that I saw was like, oh, this is only coming about because the lawyers were probably tasked with find a way to get them.
Yeah,
which could be true. 100% could be true. And
I would 100% believe that. Yeah. I wouldn't even question that. Even if it wasn't real, that sounds like a very feasible, logical conclusion to come to.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at all the stuff with the artwork, it's like they could maybe have something there, but the risk of losing is probably too great.
That's not worth it. That would be a really long drawn case, and more than they want to do.
Oh yeah, no. But and I think too, if they lost, the threat to their copyright would probably be worse than a threat to a patent. So yeah, I think overall they probably found a little bit of something that was like, all right,
and copyright law being different for like every place does not make that easier.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. We need more information. We'll continue to look at it for sure. I'm going to continue keep my eye on it though, because I don't know, this sort of legal stuff is interesting to me. Specifically copyright law, like patent law is a little more but yeah.
What are your thoughts on bird law?
Bird law?
Yeah.
Like
law concerning birds.
I mean, I like birds for the most part, so if they got some legal issues, I'm behind them, I guess. I guess it depends on the bird, honestly. Because seagulls, they're kind of assholes.
It's that kind of prejudice is why birds need legal representation.
Basically any seabird, really.
Right? Penguins, though. Penguins are awesome.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Penguins just want you to believe they're awesome. They're actually secretly the most evil.
That can't be true.
I mean, it could be.
They've got but they've got like tuxedos and stuff. They look so handsome.
That is also true.
How can you not trust that?
How could you? I think that's a better question.
Agree to disagree.
Okay. Well, I see I'm outnumbered.
You are. Penguins unite.
We've got him outnumbered, boys.
Get him. Nice. Yeah. Up next, what do you got? Do you have anything? Oh yeah, you do.
Nah, I'm good. Just kidding. Let's see. I got caught up again playing.
That's okay. Don't we all?
I was golfing some zombies.
Yep.
Yeah. The only last thing I have is Ubisoft, who's had quite the week. Upon their stocks dropping to like a 10-year low.
Yep.
Star Wars Outlaws was not meeting expectations. I think we all saw that coming.
What?
And now they've delayed.
I've heard nothing but good about that game. I don't know what you're talking about.
And now they've delayed Now they delayed the next Assassin's Creed to 2025. This coming on the back of a whole bunch of stuff, which I see that you have in your news.
Yeah. This is your Ubisoft report for the week.
Yeah, there's so much going on. I mean,
well, let's also note that Outlaws, concerning that, while we're on the subject, as much hate that it has gotten, I've heard that the last patch did improve quite a bit. People are still saying that it's not a great game. It's just so interesting listening to podcasts because everybody's talking about it. Every podcast that I've listened to, they've played it. Gaming podcast, anyways. And they're saying that there's definitely something there that they enjoy. They just can't continue to pick it up. Mainly because the stealth sucks in a stealth game. But
I heard that stopped a lot of people because apparently fairly early on there's a whole stealth segment, and it's at least off the start. I guess this new patch is one of the things they were fixing.
Yeah,
but
and there's going to be another patch coming out next week. So
there's just that stopped like a bunch of people, and at the start of your game, you really don't want that stuff,
right?
Like, and if there's one thing Ubisoft's getting more and more known for, it's not releasing games in a state of completeness. Like, this has happened a lot to people.
You guys
And
watch?
I'm sure that's probably one of the reasons that Assassin's Creed is getting delayed, even though that's not what they said from their statement. They did say that it is like done, but now I kind of don't believe them.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, it's interesting too because with the new what's it called? Ghost of what?
Tsushima?
Not Tsushima, the new one, the sequel.
Tsushima is a sequel, is a play on the name.
Oh. What is it actually called?
Yoti.
Oh, okay.
Ghost of Yoti.
What's the original
Yotai.
one called? Yotai. Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Tsushima. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so we don't know when that game is coming out, but oh my god, what's his name? Yves Guillemot. He has said that, what was his quote? Like two open world games set in Japan can coexist together. It's like, yes, that could be true, but nobody's gonna be playing your game at the same time that another one is released because nobody trusts your company right now. Like,
yeah,
what are you doing?
The first one was like a big hit. People
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. I hadn't gotten the chance to play it, so but it looked good. It looked more interesting than most Demon Souls like games.
Yeah, I feel like I should play that game because I've heard nothing but good stuff.
I like the
about
setting.
It. Like everyone
the new
really
setting
enjoyed
looks
it.
really fun too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, also like I think they're like, I think they're moving it out so they can maybe work on it a little bit more. Hopefully, fix some of those bugs that inevitably will have.
Yeah. So I mean, we should point out that they did acknowledge that they have shortcomings, and they have not delivered in ways where gamers have been pleased. Clearly, obviously, board members are not happy. It was a little.
Because they also have that whole thing with the minority shareholder.
Yeah.
Who is calling for Yves Guillemot to be?
It's like AJ Investment, right?
Yeah, AJ Investment Group, and something else.
Yeah. What was really interesting, Ubisoft has not commented on that statement specifically.
Yeah.
I think they're trying
that
to
one's
ignore
calling
that.
for Yves Guillemot and the other Guillemot, to be not completely pushed out, but to
step aside.
Basically, just step aside and step behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Your involvement is now owners.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that's a good idea. Like,
well, Yves Guillemot himself has lost so much trust.
Yeah.
And don't keep in mind, this is a guy who hid multiple, like, worker abuse allegations for like years.
Yeah. Until he was forced to make a statement.
To acknowledge any of it. And which his first statements towards it were to deny until too many came out. So this is the type of person we're dealing with. Yeah, he should probably just leave.
Yeah. But
in other words, what I'm saying in the very end is fuck you, Yves Guillemot. Yeah, I mean, what do you have anything else besides?
Well, so the last little bit of that,
Yeah, because I mean, there's the whole strike that's happening now too.
yeah,
right?
exactly. So, yeah. Now, I haven't actually read anything about this. I just saw this today, but it looks like the news about this came out a few days ago.
Yeah, I did read some about this.
Yeah. So there's apparently some pay disputes now.
That's new. When I first read about it, all I'd heard is the return to office orders.
Gotcha. So that's where it started, but since then, there's been pay disputes that have come into light.
Or the article I read was just focused on the return to office part. My news feed gets filled with a whole lot of workers' rights stuff. So that might have been what they were focused on.
But yeah. So this is in France. Yeah, they're calling for a strike. And I mean, it sounds like, I mean, I don't know what exactly is going on. There's not a whole lot that I can tell has come out about this, at least in terms of like, I haven't seen anything that from what IGN reported where they've been able to track down specific statements from people.
So I mean, here on the article they have a little bit. The STVJ, the French Video Game Workers Union.
Gotcha.
Was talking about the return to work order. They returned office order for 3 days a week for all employees without a tangible justification or consultation with the workers' representatives. So after more than 5 years of working efficiently in the current remote work context, many colleagues have built or rebuilt their lives, family life, housing, parenthood, etc., around this and cannot return to previous working conditions.
Yeah.
So they know that this will drastically affect, and they will lose a number of colleagues if this gets implemented.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one thing, like, I don't know. Again, working on the IT side, I do understand that remote work, it's not inexpensive to have a remote worker. This company is large enough, though, where a single remote worker, even a bunch of them, that's kind of offset with how many that there are. But regardless, like, what I feel like they can do it. Like, there's so many game companies that have been continuing to allow remote work, that I don't see why in this industry all of these positions need to get back to the office. If you can do it
remotely, why would you not?
Yes, I mean, especially for
your talent pool goes up dramatically. Your workers' efficiency has been proven to go up. There's too many reasons not to. Like, I understand why you would want an office, and I understand that people who don't like to do things from the house because they need that like separation. I think there's perfectly logical reasons to want to go to a place. But at the same time, there's so many things in life that can prevent you from doing that, or even get in the way of being effective in that. Again, parenthood, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That you should just offer both. Like,
right?
You can do remote work, or you can come into an office. Like, your choice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a good rhyme or reason. And I mean, if they did say that, like, then cool. I mean, if it does come down to money, then at least be honest about that. Like, everybody knows right now you guys are in trouble. You're not doing great. So if you guys need to save money, then at least be forthcoming about it. Sure.
So the STJV stated that this return work order was announced following the collapse of a profit share negotiation between Ubisoft and its staff. And they said exactly like previous salary negotiations, management's proposals were unacceptable. The negotiations timetable was appalling, and management was deaf to the proposals of various employee representatives. So, yeah.
Wait, so they couldn't come to an agreement, so then they decided...
We need to bring him back to the office.
Yeah. What? That just...
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's revenge.
That sounds horrible. Yeah, exactly.
It's petty,
right?
It's petty revenge. It's dumb.
Oh god. All right, Ubisoft, just die already. I'm sorry. Like,
it's not like they've made great games for a while.
Right?
There's a reason why their stocks have plummeted so much, because they abandoned all sense of what gamers want and trying to up their profits for everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to mention, they've made so many bad moves that they've pissed off their staff, they've pissed off their unions, they've pissed off everybody. So nobody wants to work, especially to the level that they're capable of. You know?
Yep. This fucking company. I don't even
It'll do much better if the Guillermo brothers would just step down.
It really would. But it doesn't seem like they're gonna let that happen. If they haven't commented
still made
on
no
that now,
statement on that.
Yeah, exactly. So that won't happen. Maybe until the company is actually going under. Which it's sad that, you know, they I don't know, when it comes to like, I understand that, like, if it's your company, you want to do something with it, but like, I don't know, just let it go. Like, you're obviously not doing good for the company as a whole, just because you did once upon a time.
I mean, you see it, like, it's unfortunate because you have just recently with that Annapurna stuff. Like, their CEO was legit and was doing like really good work, but he got like completely like turned away from it. Like, everything he tried to do, they just pushed him out the door. It's just dumb. The good ones get pushed away while the ones that make these horrible decisions and are just complacent and like leading to toxic workplaces stay on. They don't go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the main thing. Like, they don't go anywhere. They ruin their company. They drag everybody down with them. And it's unfortunate in the least. But so yeah. Fuck you, Ubisoft. At this point.
We've said it before and we'll say it again.
But yeah, so that's the news. I think that covers it.
Always end on that bad Ubisoft news.
Like I said, fuck Yves Guillermo.
Yep.
Fuck you, Yves Guillermo.
No, I guess we're not ending the show on bad Ubisoft news this time.
No.
We can always end the news on that.
Yeah. There's never an ending to bad news, so we will never not end with bad news. But yeah, so with that, what have you guys been playing and doing? Let's get to the fun stuff.
Fun things. Oh, well, I'm not fun, so I guess
Generally, I didn't do
anyone else can go.
Much.
I mean, you guys have been doing more of the.
I'm playing Baldur's Gate still.
Yeah. How's that going? How's
Pretty
your?
good.
You're still doing the no magic users campaign, right?
Yeah, we made it all the way to Act 3 at this point.
Nice.
Yeah, we just got to Act 3. And killed the landlord.
Incredibly evil.
Well, also, we did one good thing. We killed the landlord.
Yeah, that was actually the goodest thing we did, and I liked it because the killing.
Well, you just like the killing part.
Yeah, you had me at killing.
Women, children, it don't matter. He just loves killing.
No discrimination at all.
No, not at all.
The game's been rewarding it, so keep doing it.
That's fair.
What they get for rewarding that behavior.
You got to do what you love, you know? That's how you never work a day in your life.
That's about it, though. I've just been like, didn't really do too much else this week. I got that God of War Ragnarok and played a little bit of that.
Oh, yeah? How's that been going on PC?
It's pretty. I was having a lot of fun, and it was running really smoothly until it crashed, and then
Yeah.
I haven't played since then. Although it wasn't like a big. I wasn't super frustrated by the crash. I was just like, I just haven't had time to play it since then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was actually impressed at the optimization. At least for as far as my PC was concerned, because it was running at 4K without any problems.
Yeah. Nice. That's good.
Yeah, so it's been pretty fun. Just haven't had a lot of time to play too much of it. I won't have too much time today either.
Have you played through it before, or
Ragnarok? No,
yeah.
I haven't played it before. Played the first one on PS4 way back when. I never played the PC port for that, so
Yeah.
thankfully, not Thor Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok has it has like a recap from the first game,
Oh, that's good.
so it wasn't totally lost. But yeah, I watched Christian play it a few times, and I was like, all right, I should probably get this game too. It looks awesome. It's pretty awesome. It's a fun game.
That's good. That's good.
And enjoying it.
Yeah, I still need to get
Same old stuff you'd expect from the G of the W.
I still need to get Sky to finish the first one, so she can now play the second one. Because she does love that game, but she's restarted it like 20 times now.
Yeah, that's fair.
What about books, movies?
Oh, I did start reading a Brandon Sanderson novel, The Way of Kings. That's been kind of a fun fantasy novel so far.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about this Brandon Sanderson author from mostly one guy, but just kept pushing it. So he bought me a couple of Brandon Sanderson books, so I'd finally read them so we could talk about them.
Yeah.
You know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I got the first book in the Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn trilogy, which I guess is very popular. Popular fantasy. And then I got the first book in like the Way of Kings trilogy as well. So I'll pop them on the back of the toilet and slowly read through them.
Yeah. Have you started them? Either of them?
I started The Way of Kings, yeah. It's pretty good. It's fun. It's nice to have a not Tolkien-esque fantasy, you know? We play a lot of like D&D and stuff.
Yeah.
That's all. Baldur's Gate. It's all like there's not really like elves and dwarves and orcs and stuff in this particular fantasy world.
That's interesting.
Yeah. No, it's all right. I'm not the biggest fantasy fan. But I'm enjoying it. It's fun like adventure novel.
Yeah.
It's also like super thick. There's a lot of word count in that bad boy. So I guess that's nice too. The guy who was recommending it to me does he like consumes most of his books with like audiobooks. So he always looks for books with like the longest times.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
No, yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Specify that. It's not talking about me.
I'm not talking about Two Littles, but
this time.
Yeah, this time. No, because Two Littles hates Brandon Sanderson for arbitrary reasons.
Hate is such a strong word.
You use it to describe your feelings
I
towards
do, because I loathe Brandon Sanderson.
It's a strong but apt word.
It's a strong word, and I use it all the time.
Well, that's good.
Those novels are pretty fun. But yeah, that's about it. I got Christian to start watching Severance, so we're watching that.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 comes out in January. So it's a rewatch, a little refresher for me.
I feel like with all the strikes and everything, the end of this year and the beginning of next year are going to be filled with so much media.
Yeah, Severance was one of those shows affected by the writer's strike. It should have come out like 6 months ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But it got pushed back to January. Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. We'll give a little refresher on Severance, but I don't want to talk too much about Severance. Spoilers for I've been really good about not spoiling the show too much for Christian, other than just talking about like the high level concept of the show.
Yeah.
It's not really a spoiler. That's pretty clearly explained in the first episode.
I don't know what you're talking about. He spoils it all the time.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
that's my week. Yeah, my weekend review. Very short week. A week, if you will.
A week. Two Littles. You want to take it away? You want to go? You want to go last?
I can go. That's fine. Let's see. I've done things. Mostly worked this week. Start watching Severance. That's been fun. It's like terrifying idea of being able to separate, like mentally separate your body or your like mind from work and from like work life to like your normal life. It's just kind of weird and really like dark, especially in the way that they explore it. But super good so far. I've been enjoying that. Let's see. Still been seething because they canceled Time Bandits.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Can't believe it canceled. It was so good.
I got God of War Ragnarok, which slowly started playing. That's been a lot of fun. The way they depict Thor is awesome. Thor is so cool.
Yeah,
he's so cool.
I remember that's what everybody was super excited about when it first came out. Everybody seemed very happy with Thor.
I also got the Dead Rising deluxe remake The Durder. The Doctor.
The Doctor. Mm-hmm. How's that going for you?
So far, all right. I haven't actually played much of it. I've played more of it in this podcast than I have in the game, and I've paid very little attention. So,
I mean, you did play a lot of it back in the day, so
I did. I really enjoyed the first two Dead Rising games quite a lot. So I thought it was cool that they were remaking it. I guess my biggest hope in general is that the AI, the NPC AI for the escort missions.
Oh, right. I remember that was your big complaint.
Yeah, because they are the worst people, the dumbest people on the planet that you have to lead to safe rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Like, barely defend themselves.
Now, they took away the time limit, or is it?
Oh, no, you still are here for 3 days.
Okay.
And need to, do the game. I think they figured that was, a rather important part.
So, I've heard something about some sort of time limit being removed. Is that just, on the individual missions?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I know that there's a timeless mode.
Oh, okay.
Have a time.
It's just a mode. Okay.
Yeah, to my knowledge, it's just a mode.
Okay. That's cool. Give some options to people.
It's been pretty cool. They got rid of the because you take pictures because Frank West. Yeah. But they got rid of the erotic points for taking pervy pictures.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Well, that's good.
But I've been enjoying that. And then Baldur's Gate 3. That's been cool. Man, I've not done much. That's about it.
No movies? No TV shows?
Severance. I talked about Severance there for a minute.
Oh yeah, you did. You did. That's true.
I watched that. I haven't watched any movies. No.
Yeah, you guys usually have some horror flick to talk about.
Yeah, no, there hasn't been anything we've seen lately. Yeah,
not that we haven't talked about. I mean, last thing I saw was Long Legs.
Yeah, Long Legs was that was really good. Quite enjoyed it.
Great movie.
But I mean, they're not putting out great horror movies every week or anything. Maybe they are, but I don't.
Maybe they are.
But I'm not catching all of them.
There's a couple I'm looking forward to. There's, I think, Getaway. I think that's the name of it. A new Nick Frost horror movie. Looks pretty good. Yeah, that's the only one I can think of most recently. But I haven't really watched anything. I've been re-listening to a book series.
Oh.
But
which one?
It's called the what is the series called? I don't even remember what the series is called. Necrotic Apocalypse. Has this 800-year-old zombie who got frozen right when he was turning into a zombie. He got just dying. He got drifted away in a boat and drifted to the North Pole, got frozen over with ice, and then they de-thawed him in like the now times. But he's like 800 years old. Wakes back up.
I don't recall you
right
telling
before
me
he
about
died.
this.
He gained magic in the world. Just before he died. Well, just before he died, which was allowed him. He still became a zombie and still like got frozen solid for 800 years.
Mm-hmm.
But when he wakes up, he's ravenous, which lowers his intelligence, and he can only singularly focus on getting food.
Yeah. Okay.
And he ends up gaining consciousness, but it's like after he's eaten a couple people, and he's like eating. He's like, "What the hell am I doing?"
That would be weird.
So he wakes up in like, so he's like 800 years old and wakes up in like the now time, and is confused by a number of things.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about him. Basically, he becomes a necromancer, and because he's a zombie, he can deal with these zombies that have now broken out, which he's partly responsible for. Yeah, and his name is Digby Graves.
Nice. I approve.
So he's a zombie whose name is Dig Graves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's good. Well, I just recently got like the latest book, but it's been a while since.
Oh, so that's why you're.
I listened to them, so I was re-listening. They're not very long, so I'm already like almost to the newest book.
Nice.
Which I'm glad I re-listened to, because there was a lot I did not remember. Yeah, that was really about it for my week.
Okay. Well, for me, yeah, I actually haven't done much either, but I played through Ori and the Blind Forest on hard again. I beat
there's other games, right?
I do know that there's other games, but man, I got the challenge fever right now. So because this game so okay, first off, with hard, the hard difficulty, I beat my previous time by 3 hours, I think it was. So 100% the game again. And once I got done with that, I was like, you know what? I'm not done playing this game. I need more of it. And so I decided to go for the full no death run. And this is interesting because I haven't played the game on normal. So I did not realize, and I mean, this is a normal mechanic, so I should have, but on normal, you get life from enemies. That is not the case on hard. But on no death mode, it's normal difficulty, except you can't die. Or you get penalized by having to restart. So it's making it a lot more easier in one aspect. But I have seen the beginning of this game almost a dozen times now.
No kidding.
Yeah. I get to one particular part and then I just I just always make mistakes right around the same part. So
that always happens to me. And then I think it's the pressure. The pressure gets to me.
Yeah, right? You're like, oh, I fucked up here last time. Can't do it again. God damn it.
It's like in fighting games and racing games. I get to like first place, and now I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then with fighting games, I'm in the lead. Just gotta kick him. Right?
Oh god, he's kicking my ass now.
I just need to touch him.
Right. Poke him with a pillow and kill him. Why? Yeah. So but still, it's been super enjoyable. Yeah, I just love this game. I don't know if I'm gonna continue trying to torture myself or if I'm gonna move on to the second one, and try to see if I can beat my my time on that one. I didn't actually 100% complete the last one, so there's room for growth on that. What else? More Core Keeper. I've been really digging a bunch of the improvements that they've done, or maybe it's just stuff I didn't see before. But so Coffee.
No, there's definitely a big difference from the main release.
There is. They've added quite a bit, honestly. It's been pretty cool. I really appreciate the work that they've done. So yeah, kudos on them. There's just a lot more armor, and there's a lot more later game items. I'm seeing a lot more stuff. I don't know if I prefer the bats to the jellyfish when it comes to the minions yet. But I do know
it's kind of situational.
It really is. But I do know that if you upgrade the bats to the same level as the default jellyfish, they are the same strength. So it gives you flexibility, which I really appreciate with that playstyle. Yeah, I'm loving the minions. It was a really cool addition. And I'm loving the building. Coffee, did you see my my Hall of Champions? All the trophies?
I did. Yeah, all the figurines.
Yeah.
I wandered in there at one point. Yeah, last time I was at the core.
I feel like I should make different rooms for that building. Like I need like a boss room, I think. And then like just the regular enemies room. I don't know. We'll see. I want to do something cool with it. Something more.
We take like the enemy, we could recreate the enemy environments for their figurines. Do little dioramas.
That's a great idea.
Take like the ground from their area and stuff. Yeah, just have like slime ground for the slimes and shit like that.
Ooh, yes.
We can display some of their relics. I have the slime crown on right now. Just put that back. I just put that on to be king of the slimes.
Right.
It's not really that useful.
No, but being king of the slimes is it fills you with joy, you know?
Yeah, that makes me happy. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the greatest gift of all.
Indeed. So yeah, Core Keeper has been great. What else do we got? Been watching more of The Good Place. Almost done with the first season. I think got 4 episodes left. Man, that show's just really funny. Like it
is good.
Very funny show, yeah.
Yeah, like I love the characters. They're great. And for as shitty as the main character is, her growth is actually pretty good in and of itself. So it's good stuff. It's enjoyable fun.
It was a good show. Actually, I don't think I finished that show.
Oh, really?
No.
Do you have access to MyPlex? I can't remember if we shared our libraries.
I think I have all of it.
Okay.
But yes, I do have access to your Plex.
I think what Frankie means to say is you have access to Paramount Plus, so you can watch it streaming there.
That's exactly what he meant.
Yep. How did you know? I'm getting ready to dump my Netflix and Disney. I'm done. I'm so done.
Yeah, I can't blame you.
So, really, I only have those 2 for my parents. I don't even use them that much anymore. I haven't used them in like a month. Because like right now, the only thing that I've been watching on Disney is the Marvel stuff with Angeli, and they took away the fucking stream together option. So like, why do I even have it? Why does
That's
this
pretty lame.
services?
Let's keep making our services worse.
Yeah.
So we can charge more money.
Right? It's so like cool. You're gonna like make me watch ads now, but you're also gonna raise the price. Like, fuck off. Like, I'm already paying too much by having like multiple services. So yeah, done with that. That said, did you guys see the Thunderbolts trailer? I know you guys aren't super into.
I have not.
It's pretty fun.
What the hell are the Thunderbolts? If it's my reaction to. Then should answer your question about whether or not I've seen the trailer.
So they're supposed to be kind of like Suicide Squad-ish. Suicide Squad-ish, however you want to say that words.
Okay. I never saw those either, though. Although, I mean, I guess I understand the concept of it.
Yeah. So they're anti-heroes coming together.
But from like Marvel?
Yeah, for Marvel.
Okay. There's like Marvel villains doing stuff.
Yeah, so this is gonna have Taskmaster, Yelena from Black Widow, and Alexei from Black Widow, Bucky, and then the Captain America wannabe. Yeah, so it's gonna have them all in one. I don't know. The beginning of the trailer was really good though, because like it starts off with Yelena knocking on Alexei's door, and what he just starts off with like saying, "I clicked the leave on porch," and then she knocks again, and he yells, "Your subordinates will be reported to DoorDash HQ." So super relatable. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be fun. But we'll see. It's the best looking trailer for Marvel that I've seen in a while, honestly. What that means for the actual movie, who knows?
To be seen.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to see where that goes, because I do like some of those characters, and having watched recently the Falcon and the Winter Soldier again, I do really like Bucky's arc, and god damn it, what's his name, the Captain America wannabe. At the end I felt like there's some interesting stuff that they could do with him. I always felt like there was interesting stuff that they could do with Taskmaster, with what they set her up for, but they just haven't delivered on that yet. So maybe now will be the time.
Marvel hasn't delivered since Endgame. Let's just be real.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because it sounds like everyone's
probably where they should have left it.
It's really interesting because everyone seems to be excited that it's coming back to the whole bringing in different properties into one. So, which I know you weren't necessarily a fan of, Christian, but and yeah, I don't know. I think that's really it for me. Haven't watched any movies recently. Yeah, I guess that's it. It's weird doing this backwards.
Right. On to the news.
On to the news. But yeah, it's been good times. Good times. Oh God. All right, I'm getting to that point where I'm probably gonna die again. Well, yeah. I don't know how we end it from here. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Do you have any other bad news about Ubisoft to close it out on?
I mean, I can open up the news feed and probably.
Aw.
Right. But yeah. I know things are going to be a bit busy for us today. So I don't know if we'll get some gaming in. I do want to do some more golfy.
You guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you lost your mic?
Apparently.
I was wondering why you were so quiet.
I wasn't.
Well, what did you say?
That's too far ago. I don't even know how long ago my mic gave up.
Well, you're back now, and we love you.
Well, that's it. I'm out of here.
Inconsolable now on this.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Near the end of it.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this week. It's a pleasure, as always.
You join us next time?
Yeah. Well, we do this show almost every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. What else we got? Anything else? No.
I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you again. We'll catch you guys next time. We love you. Goodbye.
Bye.